You're the rookie cop in the most corrupt precinct in the city. You arrive before sunrise. The precinct building sits between a closed pawn shop and a liquor store with metal bars over the windows. You stand outside for a moment with your academy certificate folded inside your bag. 2 years of training, 6 months of exams, 900 hours of procedures, laws, and simulations. You imagine this place will be the start of something. You push open the door. Inside, the air smells like burnt coffee and old paper. Radios crackle from the dispatch desk. A wall clock ticks loudly above a board covered in mugshots and faded wanted posters. No one looks up. A sergeant behind the front desk slides a clipboard toward you with Art speaking, "Sign in." Your name goes onto a sheet filled with dozens of others, most crossed out, some circled, a few marked with red pen. Your badge still looks new. The metal is clean. Your uniform is stiff from the package. You wait. A man in his 40s finally approaches. Thick mustache, coffee-stained uniform. His nameplate reads, Detective Ramirez. He looks you over slowly. "You're the rookie?" You nod. He sighs. "Come on." Your first lesson is silence. Ramirez walks you through the precinct halls without explanation. The building is louder in the back, phones ringing, officers arguing over paperwork, someone laughing too loudly near the lockers. You notice things. Evidence boxes stacked against walls, confiscated phones in plastic bags, a vending machine that hums constantly. Ramirez stops at a desk with peeling edges. "This is yours." You sit. A radio, a cracked computer monitor, and a stack of parking citations wait on the surface. Ramirez leans on the desk. "Here's how it works," he says. "Your job is paperwork, patrol, and listening." He points at the hallway. "Everyone here has been doing this longer than you, so keep your eyes open and your mouth shut." Then he walks away. Your first patrol starts at 7:12 a.m. The city outside is already awake. Garbage trucks grinding down the street, storefront gates lifting open, steam rising from sewer covers in the cold morning air. Your partner for the day is Officer Klein, 10 years on the force. He drives with one hand on the wheel and the other holding a paper cup of coffee. "Rule number 1, he says without looking at you. "We don't chase every problem." You nod. He continues driving. A radio call comes through. "Domestic disturbance. Apartment building, 3rd floor." Klein sighs and turns the radio volume down. "Dispatch sends those every hour." "You're supposed to respond," you say. Klein glances at you briefly. "You just got here." He keeps driving. The first months feel confusing. Your shift starts at 6:30 a.m., ends at 4 p.m., 5 days a week. You memorize routines, check the patrol car, sign out equipment, confirm body camera battery levels, review overnight reports. Every morning begins the same way. Coffee, briefing, paperwork. You notice something else. Certain crimes disappear from reports. Drug arrests that never make it to the system. Confiscated cash that isn't logged. Calls that somehow become resolved without anyone arriving. At first, you assume it's clerical mistakes, but after 3 months, patterns appear. The same neighborhoods receive fewer patrols. The same businesses never get inspected. The same phone numbers appear in officers' contact lists. One evening, you ask Ramirez about it. He doesn't answer immediately. Instead, he pulls a file from a drawer. Inside are photographs of confiscated drugs, bundles of cash. "Tell me something," he says quietly. "You think every criminal in this city ends up in jail?" You hesitate. "No." "You think every criminal in this city ends up in jail?" You hesitate. "No." Ramirez nods. "That's correct." He closes the folder. "This place isn't about cleaning the city. It's about managing it." Your first year passes. Your uniform fades. Your boots wear down. You learn the precinct hierarchy. At the top sits Captain Ellis. Below him, 2 lieutenants, then the sergeants, then detectives, then patrol officers like you. Orders move downward. Responsibility moves upward, but influence moves sideways. Ramirez explains it one night during a quiet shift. The captain answers to the city. The city answers to donors. The donors own half the businesses on our patrol map. He taps the dashboard. You see how this works? You get your first promotion after 2 years. Not a ceremony, just an email. Your title changes from probationary officer to patrol officer, grade 2. Your salary increases by $4,200 a year. You get a better patrol route, more responsibility. You also receive new instructions. Sergeant Holloway calls you into his office. Certain calls get priority, he says. He slides a sheet across the desk, addresses highlighted in yellow. Businesses that contribute to city programs. You read the list. Bars, nightclubs, warehouses. If something happens there, he continues, you handle it quietly. You understand what he means. No reports unless necessary. No arrests unless unavoidable. You nod. He takes the sheet back. Good. Your life outside the job begins to change. Your girlfriend complains about your hours. You miss dinners, birthdays, weekends. She says you're distracted when you're home. You don't tell her about the things you see. The fights in alleys. The overdoses in bathrooms. The arguments between officers about which crimes to ignore. Instead, you say you're tired. Eventually, she stops asking. After 3 years, she moves out. You watch her carry the last box to her car. You feel something heavy in your chest, but your shift starts in 30 minutes. You go to work. By year 5, you understand the system. You know which calls matter, which ones don't. You know which officers can be trusted and which ones make money on the side. You also know something else. The corruption isn't chaotic, it's organized. Certain drug shipments pass through specific neighborhoods without interference. Certain gambling operations pay monthly security fees. Certain arrests are staged for statistics. Every number in the department report must look balanced. Crime slightly down. Arrests slightly up. Community satisfaction stable. Reality is something else. Your second promotion comes in year 7. Detective. It happens quietly again. A new badge. A new desk. A slightly larger paycheck. Detectives don't patrol. They investigate. But investigations have limits. Your first major case involves a warehouse fire. 3 people dead. Evidence suggests arson. You trace financial records to a construction company. The owner donated $250,000 to the mayor's campaign 2 years earlier. You bring the evidence to Captain Ellis. He studies the folder carefully, then closes it. This investigation is inconclusive, he says. You stare at him. Sir, the financial records. He raises a hand. Detective, his voice is calm. This department handles thousands of cases every year. He taps the folder once. Some of them end here. The case disappears the next day. Years pass. Your hair begins to gray at the edges. You drink more coffee. You speak less during briefings. New rookies arrive every summer. They sit at desks the way you once did. Uniforms stiff, faces serious. You recognize the look in their eyes. Hope. You don't correct them. Ramirez once told you something during a long night shift. Everyone figures it out eventually. The turning point arrives in year 14. It's winter. Temperature outside, 2 degrees Celsius. A call comes through just after midnight. Shots fired. An apartment building on the east side. You arrive first. Inside the hallway, the smell of gunpowder hangs in the air. A man lies on the floor. Late 20s. 2 bullet wounds in the chest. You recognize him. A low-level dealer who worked for a larger operation. You also recognize something else. The weapon used. A department-issued handgun. You freeze. Other officers arrive seconds later. The room fills with noise. Radios. Footsteps. Questions. But you already know what happened. Someone inside the precinct pulled the trigger. The investigation lasts 3 days, then it ends. Official conclusion: gang-related homicide. No suspects. No further action. You read the report alone at your desk. You understand something clearly for the first time. The system isn't flawed. It's functioning exactly as designed. After that night, everything feels different. The precinct looks the same. Same buzzing lights, same radios, same paperwork. But the illusion is gone. You see the machine underneath. How reports shape reality. How statistics replace truth. How officers rotate in and out like parts. You keep working, because leaving suddenly raises questions, and because part of you still believes small actions matter. Sometimes you help someone quietly, a victim who actually needs protection, a kid caught in the wrong situation. Small things. They don't change the system, but they remind you who you used to be. Your career ends in year 22. You're 50 years old. Your knees hurt after long shifts. Your badge has scratches across the surface. The retirement paperwork takes 6 weeks to process. Human Resources hands you a folder. Inside, pension details, health coverage forms, a certificate thanking you for your service. Your final day is uneventful. You clean out your desk, 3 pens, a coffee mug, a stack of old case notes. Ramirez retired 5 years earlier. Most of the officers you worked with are gone, transferred, promoted, fired, or replaced. A young rookie sits at the desk across the room. New uniform, clean badge. He watches the precinct with the same quiet curiosity you once had. You walk past him on your way out. For a moment, he almost asks you something. Then he doesn't. Outside, the city looks exactly the same. Traffic moves slowly down the street. A siren echoes somewhere in the distance. You stand there for a moment. 22 years inside that building. Thousands of reports, hundreds of arrests, dozens of cases that ended quietly. You take one last look at the precinct. The fluorescent light above the door still flickers. Inside, radios continue to crackle. Phones ring. Officers argue over paperwork. The machine keeps running, because it was never built around any one person. And tomorrow morning, before sunrise, another rookie will walk through that door.